Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Okay, guys, these are real time images uploaded by astronomers and astrophysicists, as well as professional photographers. It's all mostly space related. What we've been catching, and I guess we've seen bits of it covered by the mainstream media, but not so much, is a comet called 45P Honda. Now, I personally take the name with a pinch of salt. My understanding, at least, and the research that I've been doing, has been strongly suggesting that this star, as it were, is they call it a comet planet. So it's interesting. There's very interesting descriptions given to this particular celestial body. One is that it's a comet planet simply because it's a planet that moves in a very unique trajectory. It doesn't move like a planet does. The other is that it has this huge debris tail, and this is all just dust and debris, and it's millions and millions of miles long. In other words, if this tail was to trail past the Earth, it would blanket the Earth. And in fact, we've been seeing that in Paris recently, and it did make the tabloids. They found the rooftops were being covered with cosmic dust. Although, again, they were diverting attention away from the true source of that dust. As I understand it, the true source of that dust is this binary system that's come into our solar system. And at the center of that binary system is An-Najm al-Thaqib, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows best, but that's a star with a piercing brightness. Now, this particular celestial body seems to be heading in our direction, and it's imminent. It's pretty much approaching. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows best when it will arrive, but many of the photographers are catching this photography right now. And you can see the debris tail on it. It's pretty extensive. I'll take you to some other links, and then you'll see what I mean by this in a second. This is the same comet, 45P Honda. And this is another photograph. By the way, if you take a look at the dates of when they were published, oh, there you go, 16th of December, right? And we're all seeing this, and then we're experiencing a lot of earthquakes right now as well. Very, very, very extreme weather, and we should expect the weather to get more extreme as the earthquakes as well. This is my understanding anyway. What's disconcerting about all of this is that, and again, the same comet caught by someone else, and on this you can actually see the tail of it slightly in this photo. Again, heading towards us. You can do some research on it. At least commercially they call it Comet 45P Honda. There's nothing comet about it as far as I'm concerned, and it's been mentioned sparsely in different documents and alluded towards. My concern is that it's part of this binary system, and more specifically, it's this particular star being referred to, which is this one. Now, subhanallah, a scholar, an alim, sent this to me, and it's just made my hair stand up on end. I shared a certain vlog with him late hours last night, that I'd uploaded, and I've shared it with ulama kiram, many others, as well as himself. And this is one thing that he sent over to me, that Hadhrat Abdullah bin Abu Mulaykah radiallahu anhu narrates. When I went to Hadhrat Abdullah bin Abbas radiallahu anhu early one morning, he said, I have not had a wink of sleep all night. Why is that? I asked. He replied, the tailed star has appeared, and I now fear that the smoke shall appear, which is a sign of Qiyamah. It is for this reason that I have not slept all night. Ibn Jareer as quoted in Tafseer of Ibn Katheer, Vol.4 Pg. 139. Another similar narration states that Hadhrat Abdullah bin Abbas said, I now fear that Dajjal shall appear. Hakim, Vol.4 Pg. 459, reporting from reliable sources as confirmed by Dhahabi. So this hadith seems to be pointing towards it. I've left some in the About Us link on the channel itself, related reading. There's certainly a PDF called Signs. I strongly recommend that you study that and go through the content. After you've studied that, then move over to the channel, graduate to the channel, and in backwards formation, try to get up to speed with all the vlogs and other content that has been archived on that channel, and that should give you some reasonable amount of background on this phenomena. And then on the discussion, there's also related content that you can maybe perhaps benefit from. Certain passages of the Quran, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows best, that also alludes towards this proton primary star and Najm al-Thaqib, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows best. Again, I can only humbly request our beloved ulama kiram to go through this. It seems like it's on the horizon, it's imminent. In fact, the binary system, there seems to be two stars in it. At this center of this is the star An-Najm al-Thaqib, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows best. And it's very important because many other signs should follow that. Again, the comment that I showed you had, as in the star, at least where this hadith is concerned, so we may as well call it a star, if it is indeed the same celestial body being described in this hadith. And in this hadith, it's been called a star, so I wouldn't dare call it anything else. This star has a comet debris which is millions and millions of miles long. So if it was to trace past, and it is going to, at least that's what the model suggests, that it's going to trace past us, as I have already maintained with our ulama ikram, as I've been having a constant exchange with them, subhanallah, consistently for a long while now concerning this phenomena. I've tried to keep it away from the public domain as much as possible, simply because I feel it's the responsibility of our beloved ulama to allude towards any matter that is related to deen and something of this nature. But if that dust does coat the surface of the earth, the atmosphere, as I have already alluded towards in the science PDF, I uploaded that around early Ramadan, and again, I only uploaded that through a dream. Again, I had it prepared, I just never had the to be honest, I didn't want to be considered a fool or someone who's maybe lost the plot. So I was reluctant, but then this whole following this whole phenomena and everything else in the science PDF was driven by dreams, and those dreams started back in 2007. Subhanallah, when I went to Um, well, I was in Al-Aqsa, and from there I did my ihram, and then I did my umrah, and returned. But it's from there onwards that these dreams have taken momentum and started. So anyway, what you've got in front of you there is this. This is pretty humbling, subhanallah. And I thought I'd share it. And again, I can only plea our beloved ulama kiram to just give it a little bit of their time and study it. And see where this takes them, and where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala takes them with this. Jazakallahu khairan wa ahsanul jaza for your time. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.